Welcome to Torah After Dark, where scriptures meet the real world, raw and unfiltered. This isn't your typical Bible study. We're diving deep into the Torah, the prophets, and today's world, from prophecy and exile to politics, culture, and controversy. I'm Gadol Hagadol, a black American student of the Torah, bringing straight truth with no filters, no fluff, and no fear. We stream regularly because Torah doesn't clock out. Whether it's the law of exile, prophecy breakdowns, or what's really going on in the news, we're bringing it back to the Torah. Got any questions, topics, or want to debate live? Hit the inbox or email gadolhagadol@gmail.com. Also, subscribe to the channel, like the live, and join the membership for exclusive breakdowns, biblical challenges to Christian claims, and teachings you won't hear anywhere else. This is Torah After Dark for the people still seeking truth, even when the world turns their lights off. Let's get into it. Shalom, 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 shalom. Welcome back. And we back with another one just like the other one. Let me get my mic all good, make sure my mic sound good. This thing, I gotta find a way to get this all right. All right, cool. We back with another one, just like the other one. It's Torah After Dark. How y'all feeling? Okay? Overkill Gaming in the building. Big member. Big stepper in the building. All praise to the Most High. Overkill Gaming in the building. Shalom, shalom. Candace in the building. All praises to the Most High for Candace. All praises. Shalom, shalom. Akoti. Ya'er Yisrael in the building with the Shalom Mishpacha, Shalom family. All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. Ya'er Yisrael. LaDonna in the building. Big member in the building. Shalom, 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 shalom. All praise to the Most High. Happy to see y'all. Glad to see y'all. Hope y'all had a good day today. Hope your week is going good. Hope you're feeling blessed and happy. Hope your stress levels are down. All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High.
You are watching Torah After Dark. Hit the like button and subscribe.
Hit the like button. Like the live. Let's take over the algorithm. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to Torah After Dark. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to pronounce it right. I believe that's it. Azriel. I'm sorry. Put it, break it down for me in the chat. But shalom, 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 shalom. All praise to the Most High for coming through the Torah After Dark. Azriel. I'm not gonna keep butchering your name, but all praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. You are watching Torah After Dark. All right, and we're back. We're back with another one just like the other one. This one is gonna be kind of short today. I'm gonna give y'all a warning about that now, because this Torah portion is really short. All right, so this is probably not going to be an hour long. I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. I think this Torah portion is like 8 verses. So if y'all read the Torah portion today, y'all know it's like 8 verses. So it's not going to be crazy long. All right, so let's start it off right. Y'all know how we do it. All right, let's do it. Let's get it right. Let's put the banner at the bottom. We're going to get right into it. And we know we got to get the blessing, right? Make sure this gathering is honorable to the Most High. All right, so let's get into it. Right, shalom, Capri, shalom, shalom, shalom. I'm not. I don't do the what's it called, the La Shalom Kodesh, but I respect it, right? Shalom, however you want to speak it. All praise to the Most High. Right, it's Azriel. Okay, so I was close. All right, Azriel. All right, shalom. Sorry for messing up your name. But good to see y'all here. All right, so let's get into the blessing. Let's get the blessing right. Let's throw this blessing up to the Most High, right? So He can take us in and be among us as we read the Torah portion and discuss the Torah portion. All right. Again, if you haven't liked the live, make sure you hit the like button. Hit the like button. All right, let's get it going. Baruch atah Adonai, Elohei, Avraham, Yitzchak, Vayav Kol. Blessed are you, Adonai, the God of our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You are the eternal one who reveals light in darkness, who keeps covenant and shows mercy to the remnant who seek your name. Open our hearts to truth, our eyes to see, and our ears to hear the words of your Torah. In this exile, let your wisdom be a lamp to our feet, and your commandments a light to our path. May this gathering bring honor to you and stir awakening among your people. Baruch atah Adonai, who gives understanding to those who seek. Again, to those who seek. To those who seek. How do you seek the Most High? We study, we read Torah, we keep his commandments, and we have a great prayer life and try to have a great relationship with our God. And that's how we get the wisdom and the understanding. Because like we read last night, the Torah is our wisdom, our knowledge, and our understanding. All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. All right, so let's get into the Torah portion. We're in the book of W3N3. Hold, let me put this. We're in the book of W3N3, chapter 4. All right, let me remove this. All right, let me get this situated.
You are watching Torah After Dark. Hit the like button and subscribe.
All right, we're in the book of W3N3, which is Deuteronomy, chapter 4. And we on verse 41. Okay. Let's get into it. Hallelujah. Then Moses separated 3 cities beyond the Jordan toward the sun rising, that the manslayer might flee thither, that slayeth his neighbor unawares, and hated him not in time past, and that fleeing unto one of those cities he might live. So we see right here, this is a city of refuge. And this city of refuge is for innocent people. Remember, I was having a dialogue and a discussion and a little hot debate about who the city of refuge was for. People was making the argument that it's just for anybody. If you kill somebody, you can go hide there. No, it's for innocent people to be in the city of refuge. That's what it's about. Go through trial. If you're not innocent, you're not staying in the city of refuge. All right, let's continue. Bezer in the wilderness, and in the tableland for the Reubenites, and Ramoth and Gilead for the Gadites, and Golan and Bashan for the Manassites. I think I hear my baby crying. They better not be up there bothering my baby. I don't play about my baby. And this is the law which Moses set before the children of Israel. These are the testimonies and the statutes and the ordinances which Moses spoke unto the children of Israel when they came forth out of Egypt. Beyond the Jordan, in the valley over against Beth Peor, and the land of Shihon, king of the Amorites, who dwelt in Heshbon, when Moses and the children of Israel whom Moses and the children of Israel smote, when they came forth out of Egypt. And they took his land in possession, and the land of Og, king of Bashan, the 2 kings of the Amorites, who were beyond the Jordan toward the sun rising, from Aror, which is on the edge of the valley of Arnon, even unto Mount Zion, the same as Hermon, and all the Araba beyond the Jordan eastward, until the sea of Araba under the slopes of Pisgah. Right, so this portion was really, really short, right? That's the end of the portion. It was just 8 verses from verse 41 to verse 49. Real short. So We might think, oh, it's really nothing to gain from this Torah portion. What can we extract from this Torah portion? What can we extract from this Torah portion? Two things we can extract from this Torah portion, how we make it practical. Two things. Right? The first one is that before Moses went into the left, I'm not gonna say Moses, before the children of Israel left from the land of Gad, Reuben, and the half tribe of Manasseh, they got everything in order in that part. Everything in order. And they split up the land. They told, all right, Gad, this your land, Reuben, this your land, half tribe of Manasseh, this your land. These are the cities of refuge. They split everything up. They didn't wait till later. They could have easily said, all right, we're gonna go over there, do this, and then we can handle it later. No, they did it step by step. You can't skip no steps. Right? So this is what we can learn from this portion, not to skip steps. And this I'll be trying to tell my my wife, right? And it's my mother too. My mother does the same thing. Right, when you wash clothes. They'll wash the clothes, and instead of folding it and after they dry it, instead of folding it and put it away, like right away, they will just lay everything out on the couch or on the bed. And then they have to go all the way back over to do it again. I was told, oh, we got the other Azriel in the building. Shalom, shalom, all praise to the Most High. Right? I always say, yo, once you take it out of the dryer, just fold it right then and put it away. It's that easy. Right? You shouldn't have to touch it twice. So this is an example of not touching it twice. You're right there. Handle your business. Don't procrastinate. This is a lesson about how not to procrastinate. Moses and children of Israel said, no, we ain't going to do this right now. We ain't going to settle this right now. We going to do this later. Procrastination causes chaos. And that's what happens, right? You take the clothes out, instead of folding them and putting them away, you lay them down, you put them in a basket, you save it for later. Now later you come, you don't even feel like doing it no more. Now you're not even in the mood to do laundry no more. Now you want to relax. And then what? Now it stays 1 day, 2 day, a week, 2 weeks. Right? So Moses and the children of Israel, they did not procrastinate. They set everything in order, got that situated, and then they went to the next step. So let's not procrastinate with things in our life. Let's handle things how Moses handled it. We get to some, let's finish that, complete that, then go to the next step. Let's not half do stuff. Same thing with the Torah portions or the Torah. If you start the book of, let's say, Deuteronomy, we start Deuteronomy. Finish Deuteronomy before you jump into another book. How can you read Deuteronomy, Isaiah, Ezekiel all at one time? That's going to cause chaos. You start one book, get through it, take notes. If you see a word or a landmark or something you want to study, stop right there, study it. Okay, take notes, start back reading. This is how we study. If it's something you don't understand, don't pass by it and say, I'm going to get back to it. No, stop right there. Okay, what does this mean? Let me do a search on this. Okay, let me look this up. Let me read about this. Okay, this is what that means. Boom. Then you get back. Now you understand more. This is how we study the Torah. We don't try to do too much at one time. We can't read two books at once. We can't read past something, not understand it fully, but keep going. You get what I'm saying? So how Moses handled this land situation, this is how we should handle stuff in our daily life. This is how we should handle tasks and duties and studying the Torah. Moses said, okay, we handle this right here, right now. I did, boom, set this up, boom, boom, boom. Y'all good? All right, everybody good? Boom. All right, now we moving on. Torah. If you in Deuteronomy 13, I'm just throwing the chapter out there. In verse 5, Deuteronomy 13, I don't know why that chapter and verse came to my head. I don't know. I don't even know. I can't even remember what's in there right now. But if Deuteronomy 13:5, if you reading that and you don't understand it, why not stop right there, get the understanding, ask somebody a question, research it on the internet, look at other translations, look at other manuscripts, study it, and then move on once you get the understanding. Too many times and this is what I messed up in when I first started studying the Torah. I get to a word, like, what does this word mean? I don't know. I'll continue reading just to say I read the Torah. What does this mean? I don't even understand what it's talking about. What is Moses talking about? I'm gonna keep reading just to say I read the Torah for the day, or just to say I completed the reading the whole Tanakh. Just reading past stuff we don't understand. We can't do that. Let's take how Moses handled this to implement how we handle the Torah. Don't move on until it's complete, until you got the complete understanding. Right? This is the wisdom. When I read this portion, that's I'm looking for things to apply to my life in the Torah. I'm looking for those. You know what I'm saying? So we have to look for that. Right? Not too many times you're gonna read this and think of, oh, this is the way I can handle the Torah. But if you're purposely looking at it and going over it, okay, what can I get from this? What can I get from this? This is just 9 verses, but we can always get something from the Torah. This is just about giving the Reubenites, the Gadites, and the half tribe of Manassites their land allotment and setting them up. But it's something in there for you to get. How Moses handled the situation. How can we get something from Moses? This is how we should study the Tanakh. This is how you get the wisdom of the Tanakh. So I just want to make that clear. How Moses handled this situation, got it right before they crossed the Jordan. This is how we got to handle the Tanakh. Every verse, we have to make sure we understand. Every word, we have to make sure we understand. If we don't know what this word means, look it up. You get what I'm saying? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all hear me. If you read in the Torah, oh, absolutely you can. Absolutely you can. Please do. That's what I want. Do you want to come on stage, or do you just want to leave it in the chat? I'll put the link in the. I'll put the link. Please, if anybody want to expound, come up and say something, please hit the link. Please, this is what I want. Please. And look, hey, y'all gonna be upset with me today, but this isn't water or tea. I'm drinking. I think this is what's this? Cranberry juice. So don't be upset with me, all right? I'm not drinking the water. I'm drinking a little bit of cranberry juice today. All right, good. We got some 1s in the chat. Yair Yisrael. Brittany Cox in the building. All praise to the Most High. Brittany Cox. All right, LaDonna, right, great. All right, Candace, you're live. You're live.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, cool. I have kids in the background, so apologies off the front. So I was just listening and reading along with you, and I was thinking as we were reading the scripture, how do we know that that our neighbor, or that this person, the manslayer, didn't hate his neighbor in the past? So I went to Leviticus 19:17. It says, "You shall not hate your brother in your heart, but you shall reason frankly with your neighbor, lest you incur sin because of him." So we're kind of seeing here that we're not to hold a grudge. We're not to, just take vengeance against our neighbor. And we know from back in Genesis that with Cain and Abel, when there was anger, sin was crouching at the door. And so if we are not, say for, we are holding something in pledge, or something happens and we need to reconcile with our neighbor, we're to do that urgently. We need to reason frankly with them, so that we can kind of smooth things over, and it can be said that, you know what, we didn't hate our neighbor in the past.
Mhm.
There wasn't any kind of grudge, even though maybe something, showed up. So say for instance, there's an argument one time, manslaughter, manslaying happens. And if you've been on record trying to reason with your neighbor, then no one can say, oh yeah, he had something against them. And so I see that as kind of like building on other laws, or other, rules, if you will. So that's just what I wanted to add.
And that's definitely a fact, because when the priests and the judges and the Levites go examine the situation, and this is gonna be police work. They're gonna interview people, they're gonna call witnesses, they're going to do an investigation. And if it comes out that you had an issue with your brother in the past, you was holding a grudge, there's no witnesses to say I made amends. That's not going to be held. That's not going to look good for you when it comes trial time. So yeah, it's definitely important to make sure you're not holding grudges. Make sure you're forgiving your brother. Make sure y'all making amends. So, and to how you tied that to back to Cain and Abel was dope. I didn't even think of that, and that is a fact. That is a fact. I like how you did that for sure. So let's learn from this. If anybody in here, you on bad terms with anybody, brother, sister, make amends, right? And Candace drop off. Shalom, Candace. So make amends, especially Yom Kippur, right? When Yom Kippur comes up, we do this whole thing. I don't know if anybody else does. I'm sure if you familiar with the rabbinical way of doing it, I kind of picked this up from the rabbinical way, is that we go to everybody, we sit down, say, have I offended you? We talk about it. If I offended you, we apologize to each other, we talk to each other, and we get rid of all grudges. We get rid of everything. We talk about it. Okay, you offended me this way, blah blah blah. Okay, I apologize. We talk about it, and we all do that in my household. My daughters, my wife, we all do that because we have to forgive each other, right? Because Yom Kippur is about God forgiving us. How can we ask God to forgive us if we are not forgiving each other? Right? So that's what we do. So that is big on forgiveness. Forgiveness, forgiveness, forgiveness. Let's not hold grudges with each other. Let's bury what they say, bury the hatchet, move forward, right? Because if you're in the land and something happened and it's come to find out that you was holding a grudge, that ain't gonna look good. You're gonna be, you're gonna get the belt. You're gonna get the belt. You're gonna get the belt, right? All right. And there's one more thing I wanted to point out in this, right? Whereas like I know I'll be forgetting sometime. One more thing. It's not there. Where is it? It's one more thing. Oh, the testimonies. The testimonies. A lot of people, like especially in Isaiah, when it says to the law and to the testimonies of the Most High is still contained in the law. The testimonies of the Most High is still contained in the law. Remember that. So nobody could come later and say, okay, this is my testimony. And the testimonies have to do with things the Most High gave to the people. The testimonies the Most High gave to the people. So when it says to the law and to the testimonies, it's talking about things the Most High gave to people. It's not talking about, oh, just hear my your testimony is cool, or your testament is cool, but it's not what the Most High gave, right? So that's why I want to point. It says these are the testimonies the statutes, and the ordinances. Oh, excuse me, I went up. My bad. I went to the maybe clicked over. It says, "These are the testimonies, the statutes, and the ordinances which Moses spoke unto the children of Israel when they came forth out of Egypt." Right? These are, and where did Moses get this from? Moses got this from God. This is the law. This is what God gave Moses. All right. So this is not nothing else. So I want you to remember that when it says to the law and to the testimonies, meaning to the law and to the testimony, it's talking about the Torah. For example, the Ark of the Covenant is called the Ark of the Covenant, but it's also called the Ark of Testimony. All right, understand that. It's called the Ark of the Covenant, but it's also called the Ark of Testimony because y'all heard that? They're playing around, but because this is what the Most High gave. So I want y'all to be clear that don't let nobody try to trick you. Oh, this is a testimony. Blah blah blah. This is a testament. No. Did this come from God from Moses? No, that ain't it. The testimony is the Torah. Remember that. I want y'all to remember that. So that's something I want to point out too. All right. So again, like I said, this is one that's going to be short. Unless anybody want to come up here and say something, this one is super short. Super short. So what we got out of that is procrastination, making sure you're taking it one step at a time, making sure before you move on to the next step, you handled the previous step like Moses did. Right? When you study Torah, read verse by verse. Don't move on to the next verse until you completely understand what you read. Like even when it comes to like how I study, I'm looking at the timeline. I'm looking at the chronology. I'm looking at all that when I'm reading. All that. Okay, what period is this? What time is this? Okay, if we're in the book of Chronicles, what prophets are around? Who's king at this time? I'm reading. I want to know all that. So when I'm reading, I can like kind of visualize it. I can understand exactly what's going on. I'm doing all of that. So let's just not just read just to read. Don't make this. Don't just make this a chore. The Torah is not a chore. This is something you want to do to understand and comprehend. All right. So if you in the book of Isaiah, okay, what's the kings at this time period? Okay, are we in the Neo-Assyrian Empire during this time period, the Neo-Babylonian Empire during this time period? What's going on? What's the political world looking like at this time? And when you do stuff like that, you start to understand. When we read in Deuteronomy, what year is this? What is this? What are we talking about? Okay, oh, it's the 40th year. Okay, so I understand. It makes sense why Moses is saying the Most High is going to raise up a prophet to you to lead you. Oh, because Moses is not coming with us, and we're about to go across in like 2-3 more months. Right, so it makes sense when you understand the chronology, when you understand just the full context surrounding what you're reading. So pull up a map. That's what I do. Deuteronomy, when it like in Deuteronomy 1, where it gives you the location they at, I pull up a map. Okay, this is where they at, Israel. Okay, this is where this land is at. Okay, this is where they crossed over at. This is where Moses died at. This is you gotta understand this and picture this, and it makes it much easier. It makes it way better to navigate through the Torah and understand the Torah. We have the internet now. Using the internet. When we get to the part when they start going through all the Ark of the Covenant and all the dimensions of the Ark of the Covenant and how it looked and the tabernacle, how it was built, you know what I do? I go look at videos and pictures and see how it looked when they do the 3D animations because I want to see how it looked. You get what I'm saying? So this is how we should study the Torah. Use all the tools we have, even when it have in the back of the Tanakh. It has the pictures of the stuff, the ages of people, how it breaks down all that stuff. I'm a visual learner. I like visuals. I'm gonna just be honest. I operate better with visuals when I can see it. You get what I'm saying? When I can see it, it helps me. Right. So even like when I read the Torah, I listen to. You ever have one of those the audio Bibles, but it has the what is it called? The audio Bible, but I can't think of the word right now. But it's extra hyped out. What's the audio books that it got all the emotion and the voices? What is it called? Hold on, let me look at my phone because I got it. Excuse me. Not animation Bible. Hold up. It's called let me find this Bible app. It's the audio Bible, but it has the what is this thing called? It's a silly word. I don't know why I can't think of that word. Where is this app at? Dramatized. Dramatized. That's what it's called. I just thought of it. Dramatized. Wow, I was struggling with that word. Dramatized. I was just struggling with that word. But the dramatized Bible versions, like the audio, when you could listen to it, it plays the thunder, it plays the rain, it plays the voices, like, and then you can really like visualize in it. Like I do that. I listen to Deuteronomy over. I listen to Samuel. Like it's dope when you do it like that. Again, that helps me. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely good. The extra engagement helps with retaining information and also being able to look. See, we got she's a teacher, so she knows what she's talking about. She's a teacher right there. Facts. They brought out the king's son and put crown on him and gave him the testimony, and they proclaimed him king. Died his sons anointed him, and they said, "Facts, facts, facts." And you know, every king has to have the law, a copy of the law, right? And that's the testimony they gave him. That's a fact. Vaccine, it definitely does. It definitely does. So that's what I do. Like I find creative ways. Like even when I get into especially the book of Daniel, I hate that I just said like that. That just annoyed me. That was horrible. But even when I look in the book of Daniel, when I look at the historical books, it's documentaries, it's stuff you can read, it's commentaries you can read. It's a bunch of stuff that you can look at and read to get understanding of things. And and stay away from the interpretations. What I mean by stuff you can read is when they just play it out so you can see it. Or they break it down like what Josephus does in his books, the story of the Jews. He goes through the whole Tanakh, but he breaks it down. And look at this. Let me show you what I got on my phone. Look at this, right? In my notes. This stuff I'm talking about, right? This is stuff I'm talking about right here. Look at this. Hold on. Look at this. Let me see if I can see this. Hold up. I don't want to skip. But you see how this is? It says, hold up. Can y'all see this? Y'all probably, hold up. Y'all can't see it, but every book in the Tanakh, I have the outline of the chapters. I have everything in every book. I have the outline, the outline of the whole book, and everything, the whole outline. Like this is just how I study. The whole outline. Every book in my notes. The whole outline. Right. And on the outline, it just has a quick summary. Right. So I'll read the summary. Okay, I have an idea what's going on. Then I dive into the story, read it. Right. So that's just stuff that helps me with remembering stuff. Because even if I don't remember it word for word, I read the summary a bunch of times. I can I know what the chapter about. I know what this book about. Okay, boom. You know what I'm saying? So again, we have to up our studying when it comes to that. Shalom, big member in the building. All praise to the Most High. McCoy in the building. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Right? So that's what I do. That's just what I enjoy doing. We can't half aid. We can't do that. If we're gonna read it, let's read it. If we're gonna study it, let's study it. Let's not keep moving on, and we don't have the understanding. If this verse says the children of Israel did this and did this and did this, and you don't know what this and this and this is, why are you moving on to the next verse? Stop right there. We can't just keep going. Just say, "Oh, I read it." Stop right there. Look it up. If you're reading about the Ark of the Covenant, it never dawned on you to say, "Oh, I wonder how the Ark of the Covenant would look all together." Look it up. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm sure I'm not the only person that does this. I'm not saying I know a lot of people do it, but this is how, as Torah people, Tanakh people, we all should be doing it this way. And this is why we read it over and over and over and over and over and over to gain that wisdom. Right? So again, that's what I had for this Torah portion. Just this Torah portion, how Moses handled this, can help us not procrastinate, to help us complete task, be better studiers. Right? All praise to the Most High.
You are watching Torah After Dark. Hit the like button and subscribe.
You are watching Torah After Dark. Hit the like button. I think I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna also say you are watching Torah After Dark. Hit the like button and I'm gonna add that one to mine. You're a historian. You like to? I mean, I definitely. I'm a history buff. I'm definitely a history buff. So not only is when I was growing up, they used to tell me, don't read the Bible like a novel. Is it like when I got into the text and I started reading it, I think they was giving me bad advice. Because when you read the Tanakh from the beginning to the last book, it's a storyline. It's literally a storyline. It's literally one of the greatest stories. Even if you take the religion out of it, it's really one of the greatest story. You read where they told you how God created the heavens and earth, how before Israel was a nation, their forefathers, Israel became a nation. They was taken out of Egypt. They got into their land. They had their kingdom. Their kingdom split. Like, this is a narrative that's dope, and it's historical. You know what I'm saying? So I loved it. They told me don't read it like a novel, don't read it like a history. It's a history book. It has a lot of history in there. Right, so that's what I do as well. I look at all the archaeology that's found about the Bible, all of Israel, whether it's the Moabite stone, whether it's the black obelisk. I look at all that stuff because I want to look at it all. I want to see it all. You know what I'm saying? So the Tanakh is definitely, you can read it straight through. You can read it straight through. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know why they told me that. Do you consider Shalom, shalom, by the way, shalom. Do I consider Daniel a prophet? Yes, I consider Daniel a prophet, but he's a different type of prophet than Ezekiel, Isaiah, Jeremiah. Why do I say that? Because Ezekiel, Isaiah, Jeremiah, they were sent directly. They got what they were told from God, and they were sent to the people. Directly to the people. Tell them this. Boom, boom, boom. Now, Daniel, he got his prophecies from God via an angel, and he wrote his down. And the children of Israel was able to get those prophecies from Daniel's writings, not from excuse me, not from the mouth of Daniel directly. So yes, he's a prophet, but he's not the type of prophet that was sent to the people like Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Jonah. You know what I'm saying? So he was a different type of prophet. So yeah, I do consider Daniel a prophet for sure. Because what is a prophet? A prophet is someone that gets God's words from God, whether it's through visions or dreams, and their words get to the people. So Daniel got visions and dreams. He got visited by angels, giving him God's word, and he wrote his prophecies down, and it was sent to the people. Elijah sent a letter from Elijah sent a letter with a prophecy on it to a king. That is still a prophecy. It was written down and delivered. So Daniel prophecy was written down, and it got to the hand of the people. So yes, I do consider him a prophet for sure. Shalom, brother. Hey, Garfield. I know I was in your chat going crazy. Garfield just did a live. I was in his chat going crazy, going at it with the people, man. My bad, Garfield, for spamming your comment section. Shalom, though. Yeah, the Tanakh doesn't put Daniel in the prophecy though, so I see what you mean. Yeah, the people like the Jews that sanctioned or sectioned the Tanakh out. Yeah, they don't put Daniel in the prophets. But yeah, but I disagree with that as wholeheartedly. He was definitely a prophet. He was definitely a prophet. He got his prophecies from God, from via an angel. Like, how are you not a prophet? For sure. Did he remind me? Did he receive dreams or interpret them? Both. In the second chapter of Daniel, the king had a dream that Daniel interpreted. In chapter 7, 8, and 10, I believe, this is when he had a bed. Because remember, he said let me go read it. He had dreams and it troubled him at night. What is that? I think that's chapter 10. Let me double check. Or 8. It might be 7. Hold up. Yeah, it's chapter 7. It says, in the first year of Belteshazzar, king of Babylon, Daniel had a dream and visions of his head upon his bed. And then he wrote the dream and told the sums of the matter. Right. So he had a dream and visions, and then he wrote the dreams, and then, angels came to him. So it was both. He interpreted dreams, and also he had dreams that were interpreted by angels. Shalom, Zara in the building. Yeah, I know. I was just telling Garfield, my bad. I was over there in his chat going crazy, spamming it, going at it with people. I had Tammy, shalom. Hello. How you feeling tonight? We this Torah portion was only 8 verses, so we got through it. We read it. It wasn't much information in this Torah portion. It's just how a retelling of a little bit that I already touched on, how Moses took the land from the king of Bashan, the king of the Amorites, and divided it for Manasseh, the half tribe of Manasseh, Reuben, and Gad. So I pretty much taught how before the children of Israel continued and crossed the Jordan, they made sure the work on this side of the Jordan was done and complete. They set the boundaries up. They set the cities of refuge up before they moved forward. So the wisdom I think we got from that is that we have to stop procrastinating. Moses didn't say, "No, what? We'll handle this later. Let's go. Y'all go destroy them and then come back and finish all this and divvy out the land." Nah, they did it right then and there before they moved on. So I was telling us when we read the Torah portions, or when we read the Torah anyway, when we get to verses, we have to make sure we understand the verse we at completely before we move on to the next verse. Just like Moses finished the job before he moved on. Let's finish the job at each verse, each word. If we run into a word we don't know what it means, let's look it up. If we read something we don't understand it, let's look it up, ask questions before we just continue reading just to say we read it. So that's the wisdom we got out of that is, step by step, no procrastinating. Complete one task before you move on to the next. And that's in life, that's what Torah, that's what Tanakh. And I think if we take that principle, that can make us better at everything, make us greater. And our goal is to be greater, right? All praise to the Most High. So that's a little bit of the wisdom that I think we can pull from that. We also pulled Candace came on stage and she pointed out a verse about holding grudges. And she tied it back to Cain and Abel. Right? So she explained that really, really well. So let's not hold grudges. Let's not hold grudges against each other. Let's forgive each other. And then I also tie that to the practice that we do on Yom Kippur. How we have to, sit down with our family, friends, talk, forgive each other of grudges and whatever we have that we offended them. Forgive each other so that the Most High can forgive us, right? That's a practice that I picked up from the rabbinical Jews, and I think that is dope, right? So we touched on a few things, and this live is going to be short tonight because it was only 8 verses, but we got some good information, and we can always get some information and wisdom from the Torah, right? So definitely. All right. Okay, thanks. Also, the name of the Most High is not found in the book of Daniel or Esther. What's your take on this? I mean, I don't think it matters, honestly. Nowhere in the Torah does it says my name has to be in every book. Like, so I don't think it matters at all. That's just a criteria that I think Tanakh only arguments used against the New Testament. Oh, that book can't be real because the name of the Most High is not in there. I don't think, like, who made that criteria? God didn't make that criteria, right? So I don't think that means much at all. Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praise to the Most High. I'm gonna try to pronounce your name. Yazaf. No, Yazap. Yazapa. I think it's Yazapa. All right, let me know. Yazapa. I'm gonna put my coins on Yazapa. Let me know if that's right. Shalom, Yazapa. Welcome. Yeah, definitely. It's gonna be short. It's definitely gonna be short. I'm gonna see if anybody want to come up. Anybody want to come up on stage? Anybody want to come up on stage and say something? But yeah, back to what you were saying though, Candace. Yeah, I think the thing about the name of the Most High not being in the book that makes the book not significant or null and void. I think that criteria was made up by Tanakh onlys to give a critique on the Christian Testament. I don't think that's a real criteria that the Most High put in place or that anybody put in place. And that's one of those things that a lot of Tanakh onlys do to discredit the New Testament, but it's like you're shooting yourself in the foot. You shouldn't make weak arguments like that, because now just to disprove the New Testament, you got to throw out 2 books now of the Tanakh. So now you're not even Tanakh only, right? And they make more weak arguments like, oh, prove Jesus existed. Okay, they could turn the question to you. prove Moses existed. Now, if you're going to say you reject Jesus because nobody could prove he existed, now you got to reject Moses because you can't prove Moses existed. So these weak arguments and horrible argumentations that I would really tell Tanakh onlys to stop making. There is no criteria in the whole Tanakh that says the name of the Most High has to be in this book for it to be legitimate. Right? So we have to stop that. We can refute Jesus in the New Testament without making horrible arguments, right? So please stop doing that. And you see that over and over. I saw 2 Tanakh only do that. They were believers in the New Testament. They leave the New Testament and they making a bunch of arguments. Oh, that book don't even got the name of the Most High in it. You can't prove Jesus existed. Blah, 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 blah. And then a Christian say, well, Daniel and Esther, and it's actually 2 more other books that don't have the name of the Most High or don't say thus said the Most High. You know that, right? And then they deny the books. And then they say, oh, well, if they don't have it, then I'll reject them too. Because you done made this false criteria. And now you're kind of looking weird. So now you're not even Tanakh only. You just made a false criteria. And now if it doesn't fit your false criteria you made, you're going to reject it. And then eventually, like those 2 brothers, they was just out the Tanakh. They was just out. They put the Bible down. Now they somewhere doing Lord knows what. Because of weak arguments. Weak arguments will get cut up, and they will definitely have you out the Tanakh and away from God because you made weak arguments. So we got to watch out on that. We got to watch out on that. So please, all 15 of y'all, 14 of y'all, hit the like button right now. And tell every Tanakh only stop using the weak argument of, I don't accept the New Testament because the Most High name is not in there. Stop using it because that is a weak argument. And stop using, you can't prove Jesus existed, so this is why I reject Jesus. That is a weak argument because there are plenty of people in the Tanakh we cannot prove existed historically. Why? Because this stuff is so long ago. Like, so long ago. A lot of people can't even prove their grandmother from 5 generations ago existed. Like, only evidence your great grandmother from 5-7 generations existed is because you're here. You ain't got no pictures of her. Everybody that had memories of her is not here. You don't know where her grave is at. You don't know none of that. Right? So we have to stop making these arguments because they're going to be the downfall of you. Right? So yeah, so nobody gonna come on stage. We about to end this off. It was just gonna be a short one, right?
You are watching Torah After Dark. Hit the like button and subscribe.
All right. And let me say this before we go. To disprove Jesus in the New Testament, there's only one argument you really have to make. Is he did not fulfill prophecies to be the Messiah. The New Testament takes prophecies and reapply them and remix them. And you can show clear as day the New Testament doing that. That's the only argument you have to make. All these other arguments really be pointless and weak. That's why if you ever hear me debating Jesus or debating Christians, I'm dealing with the false prophecies. Whether he existed or not, who cares? Doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter. If he existed or not, either way, it doesn't make him the Messiah. Why even argue that? The New Testament not saying thus saith the Most High doesn't matter. There's about 3 to 4 books in the Tanakh that doesn't say thus saith the Most High. The name of the Most High not being in the book doesn't matter. There's about 3 to 4 books in the Tanakh that don't sit in. Like we have to make better arguments. And the arguments are, did he fulfill prophecy? when the writers of the New Testament, when they apply these prophecies to him, is it correct? That's the argument we make. That's simple. I see Genesis 10 took yeah. Yo, her car had a ultimate crash out last night. Ultimate crash out. Ultimate crash out, bro. Crash out for the ages. If y'all did not go see Nasai crash out, please go watch it. It's hilarious. He crashed out. Shout out to Yoshi Yahoo, the super car right. Good dog, you made this argument when we first got in the app. I correct. All praise to the Most High. That's why. This is why. If you ever heard me talk about people, I've always talked about the people I've met on Clubhouse, right? Because I've learned so much from the people on Clubhouse, and whether it's about the Tanakh, whether it's about the Jewish community. Like when I first came on Clubhouse, I was Tanakh only, but I was one of those Tanakh onlys that was like, I want to say fresh because I was in it for a while at that point, but my arguments wasn't sharpened. My my knowledge of Jewish history or Israelite history wasn't at the level it is now, right? So meeting people like Zara, meeting people like Yoshi, meeting people like Sar, meeting people like Shlomo, meeting people like who else? There's a couple more, but I can't. I'm having the brain fart right now. But meeting people like them and learning from them really brought me a long way. And again, that's why I never consider myself a teacher because I'm always learning. It's so many people that I learn from. That's why I keep people that's smarter than me around. Yehoiakim. Did I say? I hope I didn't miss Yehoiakim. I keep people that's smarter than me around because I learn so much. Right. So definitely from me now and me then when I first met Zara, all the stuff I learned from Zara is a difference. So this is why I'll give the information that I've learned, that I picked up to other people so we can stop being weak and making weak arguments. That's a fact. Definitely thank you, Zara. And that's the last time I'm thanking you, all right? I don't even like you like that. It was definitely terrible. Yeah, that dude. And you know it's crazy, right? After no, we not being nice. We definitely not being nice. I do not like you, Zara. But after I debated with Hassad, right? After the debate was over, he cut me off. And I told him to like shut the F up. Right? I told him to shut the F up. They gonna say, "Oh, you lost the debate because you crashed out. You told him to shut the F up." What Hakai did last night was beyond what I just telling him to shut the F up because he was cutting me off. It's beyond that. Like if Hassad want to give me the loss because I told him to shut the F up, I don't ever want to hear him say Hakai beat Yoshi last night. I don't ever want to hear him say it. I'm gonna be on his grass about that. That was funny, man. My stomach was hurting how hard I was laughing. I need to get on Clubhouse. What's a good room to join? You look, I'm gonna be honest with you. Grand Rising Room is where I be at. But you got to be careful with Grand Rising Room because there's so many different theologies and understandings with the Grand Rising Room. You need to have a solid foundation when you walk in there. Because you're going to have my boy Don, who's a Gnostic. You're going to have Manny in there. Manny say he don't believe nothing. He got a bunch of his own ideas, right? You're going to have Judah in there, he's a Hebrew Israelite extreme. You're going to have the Christians. You're going to have a bunch of different stuff in there. So if you come to Grand Rising Room, you're gonna have to be founded in your understanding, or you're gonna get swept up. So, but definitely Grand Rising Room is not for everybody. I'm definitely still fresh as I'm is. You feel me? You heard? You're hooking funny. Definitely, no, we ain't being that. Yeah, there we go. No nice. What you talking about? I don't even like you like that. Do you believe in the Talmud? Do I believe in the Talmud? No, I don't follow the Talmud, but there is things. The little bit I've read in the Talmud, I thought was cool that I incorporated in my daily life, as far as repeating the Shema, as far as just stuff. But no, I don't believe in it. But is a text for their community that they're not wrong for having. I think we should have our own Talmud for our community. But no, I don't follow that Talmud. She definitely has been your greatest teacher. Oh my goodness, stop it. Oh, stop it. 2 atonements is crazy. Stop it. Grand Rising isn't for everyone, and we play too much. Yes, sources in the sense that is a fact. Come to Grand Rising, just know, get real. And when you come in there and you fresh in there, you're gonna get challenged. You coming on there talking stick, you're gonna get challenged, and you're gonna have to stand on your own too. You're gonna have to deal with it. You feel me? So yeah, Grand Rising ain't no joke. Clubhouse is a spiritual a spiritual ghetto is hilarious. I can't go back to that conversation. But if you want to laugh and learn a bit, yeah. Spiritual ghetto is hilarious. All right, spirit, that is funny. Yeah. I can't wait to tell my husband about it. All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. I mean, spiritual ghetto isn't crazy. Spiritual ghetto isn't crazy.
You are watching Torah After Dark. Hit the like button and subscribe.
You really think about it. Come on, man. Spiritual ghetto. You got people that believe in Rastafarian, Nuwabian stuff. You got people that do what they want with the text up there, man. So you can pick up a lot of information about a lot of different walks of life, a lot of different theologies. So I think it's clear. Yeah, tell them. I'm in the Grand Rising room. When you go to Clubhouse, Grand Rising room. And definitely like the live and share.
Flawless victory.
My bad, I hit the wrong button.
You are watching Torah After Dark. Hit the like button and subscribe.
That is a fact. Right. Yeah, there's a lot of hoteps, man. You got a bunch of people. Then you got Garfield that be up there, and you know him. He don't believe in the Bible. He gonna pull out academic sources. He gonna say what he's gonna. You feel me? So stop spreading. I don't believe the Sabbath is 12 hours, man. The Sabbath is 24 hours from morning to morning. All right, get that correct. I am Clubhouse. I expected better. Hey, man, I do tell you, I took a break from Clubhouse. Clubhouse will drive you crazy, man. Clubhouse will drive you crazy. There's some crazy people up there. But it's interesting. I learned a lot from Clubhouse, though. I learned a lot from Clubhouse. So, yeah. You are watching Torah After Dark. Hey, man, I love I'm gonna make another drop. I don't know what my other drop gonna be. I'm gonna think of another drop, but I want another one because I want to replace this one.
Flawless victory.
I want to replace that one. So I don't know. But I said this is gonna be short, and we over an hour. But all right, hit the like button, like it. We're here. Let me put this over here. We're here every night at 8:30. Share it with your family or your group. Email gadolhagadol@gmail.com to request breakdowns or debates. Subscribe, thumb up the live, and join the membership. I mean, Hey, I love this. I love this right here, man.
You are watching Torah After Dark. Hit the like button and subscribe.
That is fire right there, man. That is fire right there. Say it in Hebrew. Izar, make me drop that says you are watching Torah After Dark. Like the live and subscribe, but in Hebrew. Do that. Put it in Hebrew.
You are watching Torah After Dark. Hit the like button and subscribe.
Put that in Hebrew. Let me see how that sound, and I'll maybe put that as on my soundboard. Send me. Go to you if you got an iPhone. Go to your voice memo thingy. Record it. Send it to me. See how that sound. All right, but all right. So if nobody got no more questions. Nobody want to say anything. We're gonna close out. All right. I thought this was gonna be short, but we still ended up over an hour. That's kind of interesting how we ended up over an hour. And I thought it was going to be a short live today. All right, let's close out. You already know how we rocking. We're going to all do this prayer together. It's on your screen. If you could read along, read along. But let's get this together as a community. Okay? Let's get into it. I set my face toward you, Adonai, the Elohim of my fathers, to seek you with the sacrifice of prayer and truth. O Adonai, great and awesome, keeping covenant and mercy with those who love you and keep your commandments. We have sinned, we have fallen short, we strayed from your Torah, your statutes, and your wisdom. We, the descendants of those who were enslaved, scattered, and colonized, have not always walked in your ways. Our leaders are corrupt, our elders silent, and many of our people chase idols of wealth, image, and false religion. To you, O Adonai, belong righteousness and truth, but to us belongs shame in our cities, in our household, and in our exile among the nations. We have discarded the words of your prophets and scribes. We have called good evil and evil good. We have neglected your appointed times, your laws, and your justice. Yet you, O Adonai, are compassionate and forgiving, even when we rebelled and refused to listen. As it is written in the Torah of Moshe, all these curses have overtaken us, but we still did not humble ourselves fully before you. So today, in the year 5785, I confess on behalf of myself, my household, and my people. We have not kept the covenant as we should, but we turn to you now, not in our own righteousness, but in your mercy. O Adonai, remember your promise, restore the name of your people, revive the spirit of Zion among the remnant, rebuild, not with brick and stone, but with repentance, obedience, and truth. Hear, O Adonai, forgive, O Adonai, act, O Adonai. Do not delay, for your name and your people are still called by you. Amen, 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 amen. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. I just want to say, I just got through that and I didn't stumble over my tongue one time. All praises, all praises to the Most High. I didn't stumble over my tongue one time when I got through that. See, all praise to the Most High. I'm getting better. But shalom, shalom. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for coming through another Torah After Dark. As you can see at the top, let me move this so y'all can see the whole thing. We are here every night at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Every night at 8:30, we read the Torah portion, we discuss the Torah portion, we see what we can extract from the Torah portion to make it practical to our lives, to grab the wisdom from the Torah so we can have more knowledge, have more wisdom. So shalom, shalom, shalom. All praise to the Most High. If you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, subscribe and join us here every night at 8:30 for Torah After Dark. Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praise to the Most High. Catch y'all tomorrow. Welcome to Torah After Dark, where scriptures meet the real world, raw and unfiltered. This isn't your typical Bible study. We're diving deep into the Torah, the prophets, and today's world, from prophecy and exile to politics, culture, and controversy. I'm Gadol HaGadol, a Black American student of the Torah, bringing straight truth with no filters, no fluff, and no fear. We stream regularly because Torah doesn't clock out. Whether it's the law of exile, prophecy breakdowns, or what's really going on in the news, we're bringing it back to the Torah. Got any questions, topics, or want to debate live? Hit the inbox or email gadolhagadol@gmail.com. Also, subscribe to the channel, like the live, and join the membership for exclusive breakdowns, biblical challenges to Christian claims, and teachings you won't hear anywhere else. This is Torah After Dark, for the people still seeking truth, even when the world turns their lights off. Let's get into it.